Yo guys, welcome back to YezziTV, and we're back here with another banger. I am not by myself as usual. On my right hand side I have
Angel Ikebudu, everybody.
And on the other angle,
Manny HD.
Are you fierce?
And welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Opinions. Yay! Anyway guys, before we get into this one, make sure to like,
Comment,
subscribe,
and share.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, let's get straight into it. The topic for today is...
Been waiting for this.
The topic for today is... What's wrong with being a housewife?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Really?
Ain't nothing wrong with being outside.
Okay. Go ahead.
I don't see what is... My dream anyway is to be able to do whatever I want without having to work. So if you have that opportunity, go for it.
Angel, your thoughts?
See, I don't see anything wrong with being a housewife. I think my only problem is... Do you guys know the girl from Backchat who was like... my goal in life is to be a housewife, and I just need a guy to take care of me. I don't even care if I don't like I don't have to.
You're
love
not getting
him.
them presents.
I don't have to this. I just want to stay at home and just he take care of me. And it's like there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like
it's traditional.
Yeah, but it was like her mindset was a bit like, oh, darling, that's kind of.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
You see that one, yeah, I get it, because after that she said, was it the same girl that said if it becomes paralyzed, she's gonna
go and find another?
Was that her? I think so.
I think that was that one, and that one. I understand it in that point. I wouldn't want to marry a woman like that because
she said she doesn't have to love him.
That one is not marriage. That one is
transaction.
She's looking for a job. She's looking for a job. And she found a job.
And her job is to stay at home.
Her job is to get paid.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised none of you said there's something wrong with it, because I knew I had to say it in a certain way so people won't get too offended with it, because a lot of people get offended with the topic. And what I see is with a lot of girls, because I've had this discussion with some girls, and the thing is, why would I go to college for 4 years, then become a housewife and do this?
I see what the issue is.
Yeah, I was going to say as well.
What the issue is, yeah. Imagine now you're being a housewife, but housewife is restricting you from, like, let's say, for example, I'm a housewife, but I like to sing.
Yeah.
But because I'm being a housewife, I've now been stopped from singing.
Yeah.
That's where it becomes an issue, where it's like, okay, yeah, as I said, I have the dream of I don't have to ever work, but I get paid and I'm able to do whatever I want. But imagine I'm not able to pursue like that one thing that I do want to do. Like, let's say I have a dream of I want to be able to sing, I want to play football, whatever it may be. Yeah. When that begins to stop you, and now because of that, your quality of life is less, and you're getting all like sad and blah because you feel like you have no purpose and your life is no longer purpose driven. You're just sitting down and existing. Then that's where I can see where the issue is. But other than that, if you're not being stopped from doing anything that you want to do, and you're just living like.
And I feel like that's what people need to understand. I think when a lot of guys and a lot of girls hear guys say, "Oh, I want you to be a housewife, or I want you to stay at home, take care of the kids." Yeah,
I don't know if a guy tells his wife, "I want you to be a housewife," like fair enough, but guys don't want to stay at home.
But what I'm saying is what
2 points to make.
Okay,
you're like,
that, yeah, a lot. Okay, I don't know a lot of guys, but I'm speaking for my self and most likely Manny. When it comes to that, when it comes to that, I would love my wife to be able to live a life that she doesn't have to work. But if she wants to have a job, if she wants to, I'd rather her be able to start what she wants. And obviously, I know not all women have something that they want to start or anything. If you want to go and work in a certain place, you can work there. But in my head, how I see them, if I was a girl, I would happily not work for another man. I would not work in Apple Green. I would not work in the office. I wouldn't want to do any of that. I would want to stay at home but do my own thing also. Like if it's nails, you do. If it's cargo, I don't know, but whatever. If you want to make up your own brand, all that, I would love that, because now you are not held by 9 to 5. You're not held by I have to be here this time and that. Obviously, you have kids and all that, but still, you're not. Your kids will not take you away from that. And obviously, maybe there's some cases that your kids may take you away from that, but I don't think it's as worse as going to work for somebody. Then you have to say, I want to travel on the 4th of March to the 7th of March, and you have to get a leave for that.
Yeah.
I actually have something to say on what you said, where in terms of
what... Oh, yeah. She wanted to say something good.
Number 1, do you know Jackie Aina?
No, I don't know anybody.
Jackie Aina is a housewife for a living. She makes millions off of being a housewife, as in like that's her influencing job. She posts videos taking care of the house, doing everything. She's basically built an empire off of that. Now that is my dream. I want to be able to work from home, be a housewife, take care of my kids, take care of the house, and be making money off of it. Like I don't want to go out. And it's a thing where I also feel like as a woman, we may say all of this now, but when it comes to the time where we actually have kids, you will want to be with your kids all the time. You're not going to want to be leaving your kids in childcare or whatever. You will want to stay home and be with your kids. If it's a thing where, okay, I'm not a housewife until I have my kids, that's fine. But as soon as I have my kids, I don't want anybody else taking care of my kids but me.
And I feel like a lot of people don't want. I feel like that's a lot of people's minds, that they eventually they would do something like that. But because of how some guys have portrayed it and said,
they put negative connotation.
I'm your boss. Stay at home. And I feel like that makes a lot of girls say,
this is what I was gonna say before Ayo said that. And I could see the way Angel reacted when he said, because it's them ones. I feel like guys need to make life easy on themselves as well. Why would you want to get with a girl that you have to tell to be a housewife? That's where the issue is. If you know you want a girl that you want to be a housewife, get one that wants to be that. Don't get one that you have to now tell her to be, because that's where the issue is.
But you still have to have that conversation. Have that conversation.
No, if she wants to be it, you don't need to have that. Obviously, you have the conversation and she will tell you.
Yeah,
but exactly. you know how like sometimes you're like, there's some questions you need to ask before you now find yourself 4 years in and you're like, shoot, I'm like, only
would you
now.
be okay with being this blah blah blah?
Yeah.
So if you know you have a girl that doesn't want to do that, and you have to now go out of your way to tell her to be one and kind of force her into it, there's no point. Like, you're just making life hard for yourself. Do you get what I mean?
And I used to be the exact opposite. Being a housewife would have been my worst nightmare.
Yeah, see, I feel like there's also a problem. Like, not when I say a problem, I mean, if you're a housewife, you're kind of, if you're not making money on your own, you're kind of receiving an allowance from your husband.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And it's like, today, if my husband was
not allowance, you guys have a joint account.
Okay, you have a joint account, but or you might, I don't know, some housewives.
It depends on your house.
Yeah, it depends on your household.
That they go to work and they give all the money to the wife to do whatever, so men will actually get the allowance from their wife.
Yeah, but I hear that because some people can't take care of it.
No, but let's say let's say
like
like Nigerian relationships now. You see a lot of women are housewives. Well, I don't know in this day and age, but you know a lot of women are housewives, and it's more so when you need money, you ask the husband, you say, darling, how much can you give me? And they give you a certain amount. But daddy, if your husband decides, screw you, I don't want to be with you anymore, you're literally left with nothing. Do you get me? So it's the whole, okay, now obviously everybody wants to be the housewife who's making money without the husband. Do you get me? And you don't need to depend on.
And I feel like every mom has this conversation with their child. When you get married, have a secret account that if this man is giving you money, be putting it, because you don't know what this man is going to do to you in the future. Be putting it in your secret account. You have to have your own money. It's so important. So important. So even if you are a housewife and you're not working, you should know that whatever allowance you're getting or whatever you can muster up at the side, you need to put it into savings.
Yeah.
And it still ends up being,
I don't know about the secret part.
Secret for sure. You have to. It's not everything that needs to.
But what do you say about the point I brought up earlier? But do you think you wasted your degree for becoming a wife?
I'm not going to be a scientist. Even if I'm not going to be a housewife, realistically, I'm not going to work in the lab for all my life. Work 9 to 5. So it doesn't even, unless I love my degree and I want let's say I started as a doctor, do you get me? And then I'm a housewife, I'm gonna feel like, yes, that 7 years I went to school I'm now staying at home. Okay, calm, I can treat my children, and my children are this and that. But it's like, and medicine is not cheap. So I've worked all of that money into education. Some like if it's science, I don't care. I'm not
use it whenever. You may not want to use it straight away. You may want to rest as a housewife first and then decide later on to.
But don't you feel like when you get into the housewife mode, you kind of, I don't know, I feel like it might be hard for you to break out of it. Like your husband will now be like, oh, when you say, oh, actually, Gina, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to go back to work. I'm just gonna take care of the kids.
Repetitive. I think it's very easy to get sick of being a housewife.
That's why I think you always have to have something.
Yeah,
you always have to have something.
I don't know if you can just be.
I've heard somebody say, I don't know who said it, but like, don't marry somebody without a hobby. Why don't you have any hobbies? why don't you have any hobbies? Like, you need a hobby. If housewife is all you are doing, guy, that's a suffering lifestyle. You're actually just suffering. Because obviously we're not saying because of kids you're suffering.
Yeah. No, but you see all these TikToks where these moms are like, I'm hiding from my children. Obviously, they actually not. But you're like, you know, there's only like, especially there's only a limited amount of conversation you can have with a 2-year-old. You love them and everything, but where's the time that it just gets to be, this is my thing. This is what I like to do. Even if you're just editing or you're doing this, you're doing something that's you. Do you get me? I don't know if I can just stay at home.
Personally, I'm so sure that I'm going to be
a housewife.
A mom influencer.
Oh, yeah?
I'm like, all my kids. Instagram pages.
Really? The caption, I just woke up this morning, and it's like your kid typed it. Do you know one of those ones?
Yeah. I like when mommy dresses me.
That sounds weird.
From head to toe.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Okay. I think we've kind of... Is there any more points on housewife? I have something else to go into, but do you have any more points on housewife?
Nah, not really.
You want to add something?
Yeah, because you see,
we can't hear you, bro.
You see Ayo's points about how the guy could just up and leave, right? So I
that was my point.
Huh?
No, it was Ayo.
Yeah, it was
the secret account thing.
Yeah.
It was me that went to actually follow.
Right up there.
Anyway,
What some people do is like, they pay the housewife, in need of a better word, I'm saying salary. They'll pay like the housewife a salary. So it's like, that's your money. My money is our money, but your money is your money.
Yeah, but their point is still that he can still up and leave anyway. That's how he's gone.
Still up and leave, but it's like, at least you have that money.
Yeah, but his salary is gone. You need more salary.
You need to start making...
you need more money.
It's like they fired you.
Passive income.
Okay.
It's money that you yourself can get up and leave. Let's say he turns abusive. Yeah. Like, if he turns, you would need to have a secret account, because if he knows you have the money, he'll take it off of you. Like,
that's true. But anyway, any more points on housewife? Nah. Okay. Now, what's wrong with being a house husband?
Oh my God! Why did you look? I don't know. I actually don't know.
My dad's a house husband.
It really depends on the dynamic, because obviously, like, most women want a guy that is able to work for them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It really depends on if your wife has an issue with it.
Okay, I want us
to issue with it.
I think the thing with house husbands,
and I feel like men's instinctual thing is to go out and work. So I don't feel like men have something wrong with it, but it's just that's not how they're wired. That's what I think.
I feel like with house husbands, you always see in the movies like all the women and mothers that are dropping off their kids to school are so in love with the house husband that is dropping. Oh, look at him! Because you know when you see dads, and they are so in love with your like little kids, you're like, oh my God, is there something attractive about? I don't know. Is it just me? It's something about attractive about husbands, right? It's something about attractive about dads with your kids, and it's just like oh, it's nice to see. So I can kind of understand in the movies when the other women are like, oh, this guy's so attractive, and then you see all these from the movies. So I'm not speaking of real life. You see from the movies where now the guy, every time he comes back home, he's doing all this interaction with so many women. That's like there's a very high chance that he might be cheating. Do you get me? If he doesn't really have too much doing,
it's very easy.
Guys are very raking. In especially because guys are really like, I want to get this. I want to get this done. I want to get. It's more so, maybe because of history. Girls are more so. Maybe not as like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. But if guys don't really have that much doing, now you're looking for something to do. That might be you doing a woman. Do you get me?
Listen, guys. My dad is a house husband. So I grew up in a dynamic where my mom is the breadwinner, and my dad is the one who stays at home. And it's one of them ones where I don't see a huge difference. The only thing I would point out is that there are difficulties with that role switch, because my dad would take like my siblings to school, make food or whatever. But when it comes to cleaning, my mom will still come home and clean and do like most of the household duties. So it's like she kind of does both. My dad like plays a huge part as a house husband, but it's still limited. So it ends up just putting a lot more work on.
See that point you just brought up now. As a housewife, are you expected to cover, or house husband, are you expected to cover all the housework?
As a house husband,
as in, I look after the kids, I clean, I do this, and all you do is work?
As a house husband, I would believe that you should
do all the duties of that. So, but would you say that for a housewife also?
As in...
Wait. Would you say that? But no. Would you say that for a housewife also?
But I think I would say that, though.
You hesitated. So housewife should be doing all the duties.
Like, do you know how hard it is to take care of a household?
It would be mainly my duty.
All you do is work.
But it would be mainly my duty, but my husband would know to be helping me out.
But isn't that what's going on with the house husband? The wife is still helping out with cleaning.
No.
It depends on the extent.
It's not, as in like
he has to do like 80% of the work at least.
My dad, I don't know if he knows what bleach is. Like, do you know? So it's a different type thing. Like, you know, he has his roles, but his roles are specific.
Yeah.
It's not everything.
Do you agree with house husband, housewife 80%, 20? Because I heard that 80-20.
What do you mean 80%?
Like 80%
in the house.
The house, whatever, should be doing 80% of the housework.
Because
then 20%.
If you think about it, if you're doing the 100% housewife work and the 100% work, I'm not gonna lie, you cannot just work, come home, I cook food, I clean the house, I take care of the kids, I do this. I have so much more work. It seems like there's so much more in my work compared to you going to your bank, doing accounting, doing this or doing business.
It depends on the type of job.
Depends on type of job.
My family dynamic, my mom is a nurse, like, so she'd be coming home from a 13-hour shift. It's very difficult to come home from a shift that long and then still be doing, you know, household stuff. So in that dynamic, I would say.
But I'm saying, like, let's say the housewife or let's say your dad now, he cooks 4-5 days out of the week. Your mom could take 2. Do you get me? Something like that.
But deeper, the mom is working. Let's think about it. Yeah, if your mom is
a CNM, so
working.
Yeah, like, she's a manager, like, so, like, she'd be in work a lot.
So you don't think she should help with any cleaning, any cooking?
My point is that
I'm just saying, let's say 20%.
She still does a lot of cleaning, so it's not that type of dynamic. But it's one of them ones where, like, at the end of the day, like, my dad is a man. He was not growing up. He wasn't raised to know how to do all of this cleaning stuff, all of this. Do you know what I mean? So that's the different dynamics, I guess.
I get what you.
Yeah, I think it depends on what whoever the working person is doing, what they're doing, and what
like, I'm actually interested.
And it's not a case where, like, he doesn't want to work, but if he was to work now, then that means all of my siblings would have to go into, you know, childcare for most of the, which is not
ideal.
Say you guys in your friend group here, you guys are all CEOs, someone's an influencer, someone's this. I know Habib is a house husband. Would you guys look down on him?
No.
Honestly.
It depends how his house is. I'm seeing what the girl is doing. What's the girl doing and what are you doing?
I can never be that kind of man.
It depends what the girl is doing.
But there's nothing wrong with it.
If your girl is working in one I wanted to say company, but in case sponsorship, I don't want to say that. One retail store, and you are doing a house husband. Both of you should be working. What are you doing? What are you doing sitting at home?
Yeah, but sometimes it does depend on the kids. It's not everyone that wants to.
That's my bias in my head. Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
And I feel like that's a big thing of it. That's a big thing why a lot of people obviously choose to, or maybe even dads, especially choose to stay at home.
Say no kids, because we keep saying kids. Say no kids.
But that's mainly the reason why you do have house husbands. You would not have a house husband unless if there was no kids, there would be no reason for your man to be staying at home.
Definitely wouldn't have.
But do you think there's a
even if he's doing stuff that doesn't pay him, he'll be outside.
Okay. Let's switch that again. Would we say that for a housewife?
We put in
because I wouldn't technically say that too for a housewife. Because you can have a house husband, you can have a housewife
with no kids.
True,
but you can't see a house.
Yeah, but that's more traditional. But I'm sorry, me personally, I cannot have my man not doing anything at home.
He's just playing games.
He's just sitting there like. No, if there's kids in the dynamic, if it's a situation where, let's say, we're both working, but I make a lot more than him, I would be okay with him to leave his job to stay home with the kids, because I would rather not put them in childcare. Like,
I get that.
Okay. Let's get some concluding points. Who wants to start? Anybody?
I want to be a housewife, and I support house husbands.
If, like, obviously, as I said at the beginning, if you have the opportunity to live a life where you can do everything you want without having to go and work, madam, God bless you. Do not fight the opportunity. Go and make your life easy.
You know?
I don't think there's anything wrong with being a housewife or a house husband. I just say people need to be careful because you need to know your partner as well at the same time. You need to know, are you actually going to be secured? And you never know, like, guys, relationships could just change like this and shock you. So it's like, as like I said as well, I'm going to keep that secret account.
Okay, for me, it's know your dynamic, number one. Number two, just don't stay at home. I don't care, housewife, house husband, have a hobby, have something that you're doing. Or if you want to do something, do it. Don't just say, because, okay, I'm at home, I can be lazy. If laziness is the motivation to be a housewife or husband, you're
Also,
wrong.
I want to say it again for the guys. Don't go and make your life hard. If you know you want someone that's able to be a housewife, go and pick somebody that wants to do that. Don't go and pick somebody that doesn't want to do that. You don't have to force them. Do you get what I mean? Don't go and pick somebody that you don't have to force. You're like, oh, she's moving mad. You picked her. So, obviously, we need to start making life hard for ourselves as well. Do you get what I mean? Because that's where the big issue is. It's the people that don't want to be it that will be complaining that they have to be it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, this has been YezziTV. Shout out to you, housewives. Subscribe.
House husbands.
House husbands too. Shout out to you guys. Everybody, don't forget to subscribe. Obviously, subscribe to all these guys here. Thanks for watching. Get out of here.